that water. Do I get in here? Yeah. Oh, I'm going inside. I'm gonna have to use the washroom in a minute. Just some dudes hanging out. Stone Bramble. Hello.
Another Estramore. What do you want?
Middle-aged Orlan woman stands at the back of the longhouse. Expression of irritation on her narrow features. As you approach, she takes a decisive step towards you. Sagani leads in. Careful, this woman's young for an elder, and looking to prove herself, I think. I'm looking for another who passed through the city.
Few Estramoran are given the freedom of our sacred city. That you ask for this person is suspicious. There are reasons we don't let you Estramoran roam our sacred city. Reasons I am coming to understand.
Something happened recently? More than I care to think about.
Looters have grown bolder at the sites of the builders. The people of Defiance Bay set fire to their own city. And every week, the 3 Tusk Stelgar bring news of more desperate settlers pushing at our borders, trying to escape their plague of Anolfane children.
Suddenly, you feel the presence of someone else in the hall. The Anna Menfath continues to glare at you, but something has stepped out of her skin and reaches out to you.
Permitting more strangers the freedom of the city is out of the question right now. Go and be thankful that Anamfath Shimak doesn't sit in the passage of the Six today. He would not be so kind as I.
Something just... A vision of an Orlan man. It appears near Bethwell. It's the same green-brown fur and hazel eyes as she does. Help me reason with them, he points behind you. Turning, you see a ghostly shape of 5 other Anamfatha, another Orlan with tawny fur and scarred face, a frowning dwarf, black-furred Orlan, 2 elves. You're angry about something. I hear it in your voice. What is it? Are these outrages I listed for you not enough? Terrible bruise, and none of it my choosing. The spectral Orlan takes another step from her, setting his foot down with a slow, heavy motion, tendrils of essence strained between them. He grimaces and leans forward, as if struggling against the gale. The angry Anna Menfath winces. War. The spectral Orlan's voice is a rasping croak. They're headed for war. Remind them of Farewell's warning. Does Farewell's warning mean anything to you? The Farewell's soul image gasps. Taut threads of essence tug at him, drawing him back into the Animanfath. He looks up at you again. I tried to tell them. The Builder's souls have touched even the Estermorn.
You'd better explain yourself.
The 2 attending tribesmen look from the Animanfath to you, their sword hands ready, his slitted pupils narrow. The Builder's souls have touched even the Estermorn.
There's no way you could have known this saying. Not unless you are a Galuth on Anams.
Sure.
A watcher of souls.
Farewell tried to warn the other tribes about something. What was it?
Feralt's warning came before the Broken Stone War. Feralt, my ancestor on my mother's side, was Anamfath of our tribe then. When the Estromoric farmers defiled the builders' monuments, Feralt urged the other Anamfatha to patience, but louder, angrier voices prevailed. Feralt believed that the invaders could be taught to respect the builders as we do. He also believed the builders' souls had spread to all peoples, and that we should avoid needless conflict with others. More practically, he worried that a violent response would only spur further bloodshed across the generations, and you can see where we are today.
What do you mean?
While Feralt's words were shrewd, they were ignored back then. Simply remembering his warning now will not undo the wars and the changes that the years have seen. There is blood on these stones, and that is all anyone remembers now.
Image of a polished Adra cube flashes into your mind. There is writing on the sides, but the image is too faint for you to read. The Anamenfarth turns away from you and looks at the ground, gnawing at a pointed claw. You can't change the past, but your choices now still matter. Yes, that is the problem.
Another Estromor came through here a few days ago, and, well, letting him through was a mistake. One I am eager not to repeat. The Guided Compass tribe has a reputation for being too soft with Estromoran. One that will not be improved by my failure to stop this man who has desecrated our most sacred sites.
That sounds like the man I came here to stop.
I won't repeat a mistake in my haste to correct it. We bar twin elms from Estromoran to protect the ancient places that the builders left behind. The builders left this heritage to us to defend, but they alone had access to it. On this much, at least the 6 tribes agree.
You see again the polished Adra cornerstone in your mind. This time, the image is clearer. Each face of the stone is inscribed with the phrase you know by heart. You feel your lips form words. A gift from the builders of civilization to the guardians of their legacy. May the guardian watch the door while the builders keep the key.
These were the words given to the keepers of the stone.
What do they mean? She eyes you carefully. They mean that Feralt's words may indeed be true.
Very well. The city is yours to explore. Tell the guard at the gate that you come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the Guided Compass. If the gods have truly returned one of the builders to us, find the Delimgon of Ter Evron in Elm's Reach. If the gods have sent you here with a purpose, the Delimgon will know.
In the meantime, I shall be here to assist you. I'd like to know more about you then. I am the Anamenfath of the Guided Compass. Like many Anamenfatha, I have leadership in my blood. While tribal authority is not strictly hereditary, we believe that strong leaders can impart a portion of their soul to their children and grandchildren, meaning that the Anamenfatha may succeed from a single line for many generations. She worries a sharpened thumb claw. Of course, with all that's happened here lately, I wondered whether my family's line is coming to an end with me. Something else you would know? What are the 6 tribes? Clan Fathan society is divided into tribes, which are further divided into clans. Each tribe is united by a particular history or way of life, and clans are communities of families that live together. In truth, there are more than 6 tribes, but the 6 largest have traditionally led the others. Each of the 6 has a seat here in the Passage of the 6, where we discuss matters of common interest. You saw, for instance, the debate that occurred before the Broken Stone War. She gives you a hesitant look. The 6 tribes are the Keepers of the Stone: Fisher Crane, 3 Tusks, Stelgar, Stone Bramble, Twice Split Arrows, and of course the Guided Compass. Keepers of Stone. They are the first and oldest of the tribes. When they first sailed to Air Glenfath, they met the builders, who gave them the cornerstone and those words you quoted as a token of friendship. Many of the tribes, even among the 6, look for the keepers of guidance and leadership. Their long history grants them a place of honor in our society, though it has also made them more conservative, in my observation. Fisher Crane. Mostly Orland tribe from the Thayan Bog. Most of the sites they guard are half buried in the wetlands, and even other tribes couldn't tell you where they are. She crosses her arms. They're not the most renowned of the tribes, but they are the cleverest and subtlest. Say what you will about the berserkers of the Three Tusks Stelgar, I'd rather face them than a Fisher Crane ambush squad any day. They're named after a long-necked berg that lives in the bog. It can stand motionless for hours, waiting for a muckfog or a spotted salamander, but when it strikes, it's faster than anything. Three Tusks Stelgar. She laughs and shakes her head. Same as everybody. They're fearless maniacs, and they want everyone to know it. They're considered a wild bunch, even among Glenfathans. Many of their territories have seen the most conflict with the Estermorn, and yet they don't forget it. They don't want anyone else to, either. They inflicted and bore some of the heaviest casualties in the wars with the Estermorn. In fact, there's a rift within Three Tusks Stelgar after the War of the Black Trees. Dozens of clans broke away from the ravaged lands and retreated further into the Deerwood, joining whichever tribes would take them. Broken Tusks, some call them. The majority of the tribe dug into the half-burned forest to hold the line, and many respect them for it. She frowns uneasily. They've more than earned their place among the six, but they advocate more conflict than is wise, and too many others are quick to idolize them for their valor in battle. Stone Bramble. Mostly dwarves out of the White March, they're one of the younger tribes formed over the years by the trade routes between the wilds and the mountains. They see themselves as genuinely Glenfathan, and who can argue with them? Okay, whatever. Only Fisher Crane defends sites in such a hospitable territory. Personally, though, I'd say it's gone to their heads. They like to think the rest of us have it easy in the lowlands, forgetting that the wars with the Estermorn have never reached their mountains. Still, they came to our aid during both. They're named for a tough, thorny little plant that grows up in the mountains. It suits them. How about toy split arrows? Not many are. They're traditionally outcasts and exiles from other tribes, probably the least respected tribe of them all, but our ancestors believed they should have a voice, and they got a seat among the six. Most of the other tribes see them as scavengers and bottom feeders, but don't say that to a toy slit arrow. They think themselves survivors, and they're as proud of their tribe as anyone else. She shrugs. They'll accept anyone, and I suppose there's virtue in that. You never know what you're getting into with them, though. Some clans will rob you blind, and others will slaughter a lamb in honor of your visit. And guided compass. Indeed, we're one of the younger tribes, and not one of the most prestigious. We've tried to keep the peace with the Estermorn, which has earned us a reputation of appeasers among some of our hardline brethren, the Three Tusks Stelgar and the Keepers of the Stone. We value our heritage as Glenfathans, but we recognize that the Estermorn are here to stay. The way we see it, we can better follow our mandate to protect the places of the builders by making peace with our neighbors. And I'm done. I don't know why there's little poofs of smoke over here. I lost 63 coppers to bandits. Quickly testing this because I just crashed fraps. Yeah, I pressed the Windows button instead of the stealth button, which I was just taking a peek.
Time to see and not be seen.
This corner. My bad. But we're fine, so. Okay.
What brings you here?
Sensing you approach, an agitated elven hunter suddenly drops his conversation and turns to face you. What kind of courtesy have you learned in your filthy homeland? A red strip of paint gleams pearly white with sweat from cheekbone to cheekbone. We speak of Glenfathan matters. Begone! The hunters in the group raises their calloused hands. Still your heart, reed-eye. Do not forget where you stand. She parts the fine strands of golden hair that float before her face and acknowledges you with a nod. In the house of our ancestors, the 6 tribes, we commune as one people. He looks away from the fumes as in a restrained breath. And fumes in a restrained breath. The ancestors will forgive me and my brother when I clean the shame away from his name and from the taint that is brought to our tribe. What happened to your brother? My brother. The hunter's heavy breathing pauses for a moment. My brother, Fjorm, is the greatest hunter of our tribe. He set out on a blood hunt and hasn't returned, and now Arthwin, that puny liar, he claims my brother. He clenches his fist. The elven huntress fills in the silence. Arthwin belongs to another tribe. He is the hunter that competed against Fjorm during the blood hunt. She gives a glancing look to Reed-eye. Arthwin claims that Fjorm has exiled himself, deciding not to return to Twin Elms. He scowls. The stripe of paint curves like an angry wound. Exiled in shame for losing to him during the blood hunt. Can you believe this liar? Even though Arthwin returned with the giant Stelgar's fang as proof, it's hard to believe that Firm would have failed to kill the prey first. The huntress digs her heel in on the dark soil, but you cannot claim that yet. Rede, not until the Anamfatha judge the truth. Arthwin is weak. From a lower tribe, he bares his teeth. He lies. I'll find the truth and clean my brother's name. Why would he lie about your brother? Why? He looks as if the answer was obvious. Please, still your anger. She does not know our customs. The huntress turns to you and nods. Arthwin stands much to gain from claiming a victory over Fjorm. It brings renown and glory to his kin, a lesser tribe that twice split arrows. He has no history, no name, and now he returns a hero while my brother tricked, perhaps worse. How do you plan to clear his name? A bead of sweat rolls down his forehead and hangs from his red-painted cheekbone like a drop of blood. It quivers as the hunter's muscles twitch. I can't tarry here while my brother's fate remains unknown. The Anamfatha must let me go. To judge Arthwin and to clean our tribe's name, they cannot listen only to your truth. The huntress lowers her head, glancing at you. Before the Anamfatha, only an impartial voice can speak for what happened. He whips his neck and drops the sweat lingering on his cheekbone, flies in your direction. You mean to involve this one and Esther Moore? She points at him with her callous finger curved like a claw. Listen to me now. Arthwin returned. With proof. Your brother did not even come back. The huntress blows against the fine hairs floating down over her face. The tribes are split. Something must be done. And this one is known to speak the truth. Ha ha! I'll find out what happened to your brother and get the truth of it. His features soften in surprise. You speak with the spirit of a Gladfathan hunter, he nods. The Anamfatha would agree to listen. There's no union between you and our tribes. Firm and Arthwin went to Northweld Forest beyond the Old Song Pass to hunt giant Stelgar. Search there and return to us with the truth if you can, but be aware, Stelgar of its size, many times over their lesser kin, usually gather a big pride that follows them closely. Fixes his eyes on you, two glowing embers with a blood-red streak painted across his face. Esther Moore, I don't expect help, but I'll do anything to know that my brother's fate and to clean the stain that Arthwin has spilled on our tribe. He throws his chin back. Anything, this I claim. Okay then. Well, that was dramatic. Full of names that I'm struggling with. Well, I got some new quests, and apparently I can go back to the main city, which means I can finish some shit, so... I think I've mostly... I can look at other places in the city now. Just have to go all the way through to Northweld. Weld, and up that way sometime. I feel like there's like a bunch of stuff up here that we haven't got to yet. Probably want to return to Defiance Bay at some point.
Eh?
Hi. Do not try my patience, Esther Moore. You shall not pass with the permission of the Anamfatha. I come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the guided compass. Garth scowls and looks at his companion, who nods back. He turns to you again, his knuckles whitening in the shaft of his spear. Always too cozy with the Esther Moore. Go then, and mind your step around the sacred stones. What is wrong with the hair on the back of this thing? Oh, both of them. Also, they're just sliding around. Look at his feet. I just heard a chicken. I'm gonna go to Elm's Reach. just gonna enter this house. Who cares? Oh, hey, sweet. This box up here isn't stealing. Haha. Bears. Why do you wear such funny clothes? My clothes aren't funny. Your clothes are funny. Ah! Glanful, the woman stares at the ground, her bushy eyebrows frown in the straight line. Never before has a man slipped past with so much ease. A sign. A dark sign. The elven man waves his hand in an arc over the ground. It has come to pass. At the end of the motion, his long fingers close into a fist. We could not have foreseen it. The Delmagan could not either.
Estremor.
And what does it tell us? She notices you, her thick eyebrows arching in surprise. Estremor, excuse us, we are not used to your kind here under the great trees. We can assist you, we will. Tell me of the man you speak of. Not Glenfathen, broke into the tower here in Elm's Reach. Nobody saw him come, not even the Delmagan. He moved in silence like a Stelgar in the shadows. Our hunters caught no scent until it was too late. But we heard the stones crack. When we stepped inside Tir Everon, dark omen I say this. What are they? The ancient children of the giant elms. Our people have lived with two sisters in peace since we arrived hundreds of years ago. Delamagan call us friends. We call them our own kin, our protection, their wisdom. Together we share a strong bond. They have always lived under the shadow of the great elms. Walk until you cross the stream. You'll find the Delmagan sisters. Okay, well, that told me absolutely nothing. If you would like to experience the game in a different language. No thanks, I'm struggling in English.
Slow and silent.
Nice. I just pick up. That looked cool. It's overseeing again? Oh, area of effect bonus. Actually, I don't know if area of effect bonuses, stack. Oh, no, he doesn't have that on it anyways, that's okay. What do you have right now?
Eh? Got it.
I got some nice armor out of that. Ah, the jittering.
I shall be discreet.
Blood.
Builder's wisdom to you.
Welcome, Master Moore. I got herbs and potions for sale. Looking for something to ease your travels or something to make them more interesting. White leaf. Nice way to spend an afternoon. The following night and most of the next day. Flask of war paint. Dank spores. Opals, vessel flesh, blood moss, golden celery. Oh, it's a pet! Except I think these are the things that, like, oops, squeak a lot when you're walking.
Eh?
Let's see if it is what I think it is.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no. Part of me wants to use it just for the annoyance factor, but I'm gonna put the cat back on, because I don't think that would last very long. Never did test this little thing out.
Yeah.
It looks so stupid. Let's see what the piggy's like. Piglet. Apparently the piglet looks really hilarious in the water. These guys are probably like, what the fuck is going on? I like the cat.
Builder's wisdom to you.
Hail to you, may your time in the Golden Grove be enriching. If you are in need of services, he says, his eyes still closed, speak with Beletta. She will see to your concerns. What can you tell me about the Golden Grove? We are naturalists, philosophers, herbalists, and teachers. The Ovates of the Golden Grove know that true wisdom comes from the study of the natural order. We endeavor to teach others to explore the world for themselves. That sounds very exciting.
And what does the flame reveal?
I'll take a look.
All are welcome in the Golden Grove, except if you're not allowed in here to begin with. Welcome to the Golden Globe. Grove, traveler.
Hail, Estramore.
Do you seek the wisdom of our herbalists, or simply to bask in Wertha's glory? Tell me about the Golden Grove. We are Ovates, druids, philosophers, and students of nature. We gather here to share our knowledge and celebration. She gestures to other women standing near the entrance of the grove. Many travelers come here for poultices and remedies. Bleda understands the cures and poisons of nature like no other. If they're travelers, then I guess they're still Glen Fathom travelers, whatever. Who leads your order? High Ovate Irona leads us. She sometimes journeys to Elmshore to renew her strength, however. She's there now with some of her closest followers, in fact. Irona is a mighty elm among us. She lived for generations. There are none who understand the world as well as she, and we're fortunate to have her wisdom to answer our questions. Tell me more. Her eyes brighten. Why, you must meet her for yourself. She is wise and kind, and she has led our order from the beginning. Yet she walks among us and gives us freely of herself. She turns her gaze to the great twisting elms. That is why so many of us cherish her about her. She's present among us in a way the gods never are. What do you believe? We believe that knowledge is found in the earnest exploration of the natural world. She tilts her head. We do not, as some have said, oppose the gods. We simply believe we have found a brighter, more peaceful path than devotion. Science.
Eh?
Alright, let's go check this angry looking place over here.